Welcome to BUNIYAAD Podcast by Dr. Monica Nagpal. We did not inherit this world like this. Then how can we give this to our next generation in this form? We need to reflect mindfully on our core values and make conscious efforts towards protecting the planet and also achieve all sustainable development goals. With BUNIYAAD, I, Monica Nagpal, will bring to fore sustainability champions who are striving to bring back harmony with the nature and also dignity of each life. Namaskar दोस्तों, and we are here again with yet another episode of BUNIYAAD, laying the foundation of sustainable living. And today we have a special guest with us, Mr. Rajiv Khurana. Welcome, Mr. Rajiv.
Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Namaste, Monica ji. I'm very happy to be part of BUNIYAAD, your initiative, and I'll be happy to answer the questions you may ask me.
So, Mr. Rajiv Khurana is the trustee and founder of Lung Care Foundation. And you will be wondering that why he is here, but that is what we are going to unfold today, that how important it is to be what he is doing. So I will now request Mr. Khurana to please introduce yourself.
All right, friends. In the lighter note, let me start by saying that when I realized that I was not a good manager, I became a consultant. Well, that was 39 years ago. I left 3 jobs by the time I was 24 and a half, and I got into entrepreneurship and I became a management consultant way back in 1985. So this is being a management consultant. I'm an international management consultant, trainer, and writer. I've written 10 books. Over 2,000 of my articles have been published in national dailies, mainly English and Hindi. And of course, a few of my songs have been recorded, which I wrote. I wrote in English and in Hindi and English both. I have held a photo exhibition, and I'm a vlogger, so a lot of my videos are available on YouTube, and you can easily watch me on YouTube. There are more than 200 videos that I've already produced, and basically, I've been also a radio and television host in the past. So multiple things. Whenever an opportunity arises, I like to explore those opportunities. By qualification, I'm a product of Shri Ram College of Commerce, New Delhi, and I started working immediately after that. And so all my further studies I did along with my work. So I've got my background in law, secretarial management, and blah blah. And I'm a strong believer on what Mark Twain said: never let school interfere in your education. So I always believe that whatever you're qualified, you need not follow that career. I think it is important to follow your head and heart and keep moving and keep exploring, keep experimenting, keep failing, and keep reinventing.
Absolutely,
Yes, ma'am.
absolutely. And the audience would be wondering that what is he doing here? He has not even spoken about sustainability in such a big introduction that he gave. But that is the whole point, that after going through all of this grit and grind of management and whatever he's just said about himself, that is where the real Mr. Rajiv Khurana came out, who was also a person who wanted to work for the people around him and really serve the society and give back to the society of whatever he got from all of that. So that is where the sustainability thing started. And I'm sure everybody is very inquisitive about knowing all of that. What is this Lung Care Foundation all about? And before we go into this, we will know that it is all about air pollution. Lungs are affected by the air quality that we breathe in. And that is where he started off his work. And I will now request him to help us understand that where did this sustainability concept came.
Okay. Before we got into Lung Care Foundation, at an individual level, I'd been doing a lot of work vis-a-vis the youth in India.
Mm-hmm.
I have addressed lakhs of students across India in English and Hindi on their careers part. And I used to write columns also on careers. So that was my beginning in social work because I always used to feel that when I was young, nobody guided me. So whatever experience I have, if I could share it with the youngsters, I will remain young forever. Now, when it comes to Lung Care Foundation, it started in 2015, where my very close friend, who's like a brother, he is Dr. Arvind Kumar. He was professor of surgery at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and currently he's the chairman of Institute of Chest Surgery, Medanta. And that time he was working at chest surgery. And he always used to complain that whenever he opened the lungs, they were
Mm-hmm.
black.
Wow.
And that used to bother him a lot. And
Hmm.
he always used to, in the evening, sometimes say, "Yeah, Rajiv, kuch karna hai."
Hmm.
So one fine evening at my home, and he again started, "Rajiv, lungs are turning black, kuch karna hai." So I said,
Hmm.
"Karte kyun nahi?
Hmm.
Kya करें?" I said, "Trust बनाते हैं, NGO
Hmm.
खोलते हैं."
Hmm.
And that's how the same night I registered the trust online, and within 1 week's time, we formalized it by registering it properly under
Hmm.
the Trust Act. So that's how Lung Care Foundation came into being.
Hmm.
Now, he is a chest surgeon, I'm a non-doctor, but when it comes to lung health management and public engagement, both the medical aspect and the management aspects are necessary. So we have four
Absolutely.
trustees, two are doctors and two are non-doctors. Lung Care
Mm-hmm.
Foundation operates from my office. So we
Hmm.
started playing along slow and steady, thinking we'll do this, we'll do that. And 2 years passed by. Then we decided we now need to do something bigger.
Hmm.
So kya kare?
Hmm.
So one of our youngest trustee, Abhishek, suggested, let's create a Guinness World Record. Now this was something
Okay.
which was pretty big for us.
Hmm.
But then we did create the Guinness World Record. So behind me, you see, is the Guinness World Record.
Yes.
And
And what
above
was that
that,
all
this
about?
is the picture of we gathered 5,003 school children at
Hmm.
Tyagaraja Stadium, New Delhi, and they sat in the form of a human lung. So this is the
Okay.
picture of the biggest human formed lung that we created
Wow.
on 23rd of December 2017.
Wow.
And
Yes.
the next day, the world over, I mean, more than 114 media organizations reported us, and we realized now we've become big. And then we never looked back. So it is
Yes.
not just the air pollution part which is a challenge to lung health.
Hmm.
Lung health is challenged by various aspects,
Yes.
but air pollution these days is one of the bigger ones. So
Right.
we are focused on three things:
Mm-hmm.
awareness creation, capacity building, and
Mm-hmm.
research. We have done a lot of research also in this domain, including one research on children in Delhi, Mysore, and Kottayam,
Mm-hmm.
where we discovered, and incidentally, this research has been taken into account by Indian courts also in National
Okay.
Green Tribunal. And we discovered that Delhi kids, 29.3% kids have asthma.
Hmm.
88% don't even know that they have asthma, and 97% are not taking any medicine also. Now, these are
Wow.
alarming situations. We had
Absolutely.
studied only 1,000 kids in Delhi, 1,000 in Mysore, and 1,000 in Kottayam. But when we
Hmm.
look at this as a symbolic study, I mean, the
Hmm.
number of students across India as of today are 265 million, 26.5 crores.
Yeah.
So to reach out to them, people suffering is a huge, huge task.
Yeah.
So essentially what we are doing at Lung Care Foundation, we are trying. Once, a television channel asked me, what can Lung Care Foundation do singularly in India? I
Hmm.
said, look, India has 280, sorry, 2.8 0.0 billion lungs. Everyone has got two. So even if we have 1,000 lung care foundations, it's not going to be sufficient because the challenge is super big.
Absolutely
But then
huge. It is very huge.
whatever we can do at our age and stage, that is important.
Mm,
And therefore, we know fully well that in our lifetime, we will not be able to win the battle, but
mm.
we will die fighting. We are very sure about that.
Actually, and we have made the beginning. The important is to begin. No, the things will follow. People will get interested. People will get inspired. But
Sure,
it is
sure.
important to begin. If nobody begins, then who will take it forward?
जी,
So that is
बिल्कुल.
a very commendable thing that you have at least taken this step forward and you have done so much of research in this. So how is it
Yeah.
making the impact now? I would like to share a few kind of a data, whatever you can say that how is SDGs connected here? So it says that SDG target 3.9.1, which calls for a substantial reduction in deaths and illness from air pollution. And again, SDG target 7.1.2, which aims to ensure access to clean energy in homes. And SDG target 11.6.2, which aims to reduce environmental impact of cities by improving air quality. So all of these regarding the energy, different we have our health. SDG 3 is about health, SDG 7 is about energy, and SDG 11 is about the sustainable cities. So how in each of these also air pollution comes in, and Lung Care Foundation is actually dealing with all of these aspects, as he mentioned, and really helping towards achieving the SDG goals 3, 7, and 11, so to say.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
how
so
is,
much for highlighting, because when I was talk to people, I say vis-a-vis SDGs, SDG 3, 4, 7, 11, 13, 15, and 17, all are these SDGs we are trying to touch base on. The idea
yes,
is not just do things on paper, but on ground level so that we can
yes.
touch lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. So how is this making an impact? We are the other day in the introduction also you were talking about something which you have recently launched regarding the blue taxis
Oh,
in
yeah.
your cities. Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that smile, which is a favorite one. That means what he has started now. So please tell us
I
about
think
that.
you'll be surprised. This has come out as a real big success. We launched it on 7th of April. Where Blue Cab is a electric cab service in Delhi and in Bengaluru. In Delhi, they have 6,000 of these cabs, and in Bangalore, 800, and they are expanding. And I've been regularly
Yeah.
using those. And sometimes, whenever I entered the cab, I had a cigarette smell because some customer smoked before me, and that smell doesn't go off throughout the day.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I spoke to the management. I said, let's go in for a joint initiative.
Hmm.
And they immediately agreed on. So we launched a car sticker inside, which says that
Hmm.
this car is, smoke free both outside and inside. And
Right.
thank you for joining. So that the customer comes to know in a very polite manner, please don't smoke. And
Correct.
now the beauty part is that a lot of people are taking those pictures and sending us the picture, saying that, okay, we really appreciate what Lung Care Foundation, Blue Smart, and Doctors for Clean Air, which is our initiative, part of
Yeah.
Lung Care Foundation, we are doing together. So this
Hmm.
has turned out to be a real successful stuff. And now, in fact, today only I decided that we are going to be soon picking up one smaller city in India, and
Hmm.
we will design a sticker which could be placed on all the two-wheelers and four-wheelers in that city. One of the UP cities, I'm going to be conducting my program day after,
Hmm.
and with the help of the traffic police, making
Right.
them as partners, and they are already partner in that initiative. So I'm going to convince them that let's put a sticker on the vehicles
Yeah.
where the sticker says "मैं हूँ वायु मित्र."
Okay. That's very
So
nice.
everyone becomes a Vayu Mitra, which says
Right.
complies with the traffic,
Hmm.
complies with Saaf Hawa,
Yeah.
and starts talking about it to others also.
Correct.
So औरों
Correct.
को भी मित्र बनाए. So if this kind of a momentum with the help of positive role of police also comes in, I think we
Yes.
will be in a position to do a real good impact, because day after tomorrow we are doing a program with Indian medical associations, traffic police, and other NGOs in the city so that we could actually engage multiple stakeholders in the city to come together and work towards it. So that's the kind
Absolutely.
of impact we have been able to generate in many other cities also. And my opinion is that people are always ready and willing to participate,
Hmm.
but generally they don't initiate. So somebody initiates, they are willing to join. So
Correct.
we say, okay, we'll help you initiate, but from Delhi, we really cannot regulate your air pollution in your city unless and until you guys actually take up the responsibility of working
Right.
towards it. We
Absolutely.
do have constraints of resources and time and many other things, but we are trying to work through that.
Yes.
And
So,
so far, my experience with people is very nice, especially the younger generation.
hmm. Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, youth is really, really very coming up very nicely in all the fields, I must say. We should really appreciate the youth. They are taking the responsibility because they know the world is what they are going to inherit. So if they really want to have a better place to live in,
Yeah.
they have to put in their own efforts also. And what you are doing is what it is a very small thing for anybody to follow actually. Initiative you have taken to just put a sticker on their own vehicle is a very small thing to do, but it will create a kind of impact which is impeccable. Uh, if you can just
You
read
see,
that,
yeah, sure.
yeah, please.
Sticker is a very small activity because we have done many more activities than this.
Correct.
And sometimes, I also tend to become a little bit provocative also in my talk. And I'll give you an example, especially with the elderly population. When the elders come and talk to these youth and they say, but we expect you to take care of it. So when it comes to my turn, I'd always tell the youngsters, I said, don't listen to all these Buddhas. If they have spoiled the earth, they need to clean it. They have
Yes,
not
yes,
left the earth.
correct,
What I say
correct.
is don't listen to their SHIT. Now don't take it otherwise. SHIT stands for Special High Intensity Talk.
Okay.
I mean, they only talk, they don't do anything. And I said,
Hmm,
hey, tell the young elders, you can't expect us to make careers, make
hmm.
future when our life is in danger.
Correct,
So
correct,
please
correct.
do something to clean up this air so that we
Absolutely.
can thrive in a healthy manner and
Hmm,
then make good careers for ourselves. We will help,
hmm.
but don't show all the responsibility towards us.
Correct,
And I
correct.
also caution them that in case you don't do anything now, 20 years later, you will be the same Buddha talking to youngsters saying, sorry, we have
Absolutely.
spoiled
Yes,
it
yes.
and now you have to do something. But then the
Correct.
question is, what can the, yeah, sorry. And
And that is what we are actually facing, that everybody is putting the responsibility on the next generation, and they put their hands off and they say we cannot do anything. That a single person, how can a single person do anything? But yes, every single person with that one thought can create such a big impact, which you are already doing.
you see, my perspective, I mean, I generally take an example that actions to be taken are very simple,
Hmm.
but we have to take it collectively.
Yes.
I give an example of a raindrop. So when you walk out of your home and the rain drops, you don't bother. One drop, what difference does it make? 10 drops, it doesn't make a difference. 100 drops, we will start looking around where is this water coming from? 2000 drops, and you feel the drizzle has started.
Yeah.
Lakhs of drops, it is raining. Crores
Yes.
of drops, it is raining heavily.
Yes.
And then it creates chaos, the
Yes.
floods and other things we have seen recently in what has happened in Dubai.
Yes.
All of us are like a single drop.
Yeah.
One drop will not make a difference,
Hmm.
but all of us collectively can create a flood of ideas.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
then we can transform the city, the society, even the rural area. But
Yes.
we need to go up to that threshold level where everyone starts talking about that. And this is a time consuming activity. It will take a lot of time in terms of developing consciousness. However,
Yes.
I'm positive about people because during the last 10, 15 years, we have seen two major changes in the social conduct. One, now whenever somebody comes to your home, they don't ask for an ashtray or a bowl of water. Nobody would sit in your drawing room and smoke there.
Yes. Yes.
They will
Very.
go out. So that's
Yeah.
a change which has happened by the society. Second, when we are outside and we want to throw some trash, we will look around where should I keep it. Otherwise,
Yes.
I'll keep it in my pocket and then
Mm.
we'll throw it in the trash bin wherever it appears
Correct.
to me. So
Correct.
this is also a positive change which has taken 10 to 15 years. So if
Absolutely.
these two things can happen, our consciousness towards air pollution can also bring about a major change because this directly affects our health. I'll give you an
Hmm.
example. I generally ask people, how many times do you eat? They say 3 times, 4 times. Fine. How many times do you drink? 7 times, 8 times, 10 times? Great. So if there is a slow poison in your food or a drink, would you take it? No, sir, we will never take it. Fine. That slow poison will not kill you,
Yes.
but it will disturb your health. You will
Hmm.
not take it.
Hmm.
Then why are we consuming slow poison
In the air.
25,000 times a day through our air? And if
Yes.
you are willing to do that, that is something we really need to focus on. So this
Absolutely.
kind
Very
of
well.
a consciousness, when it gets built up, especially amongst the school children and college students,
Hmm.
our strategy is very simple. We work through doctors. We have a
Hmm.
program of doctors for clean air and climate action, so that when the doctors speak, the society listens, patients
Hmm.
listen. But what happens when the patient goes back home? We
Hmm.
are trying to educate the youngsters,
Yeah.
because when the youngsters start questioning,
Hmm.
parents will change.
Yes.
Today,
Absolutely.
a father who has to go out, perhaps the children will tell them, ये शर्ट नहीं पहनो, दूसरी शर्ट पहनो. It is because of the children the food is cooked. I mean, mother doesn't ask them to eat. So children are great influencers.
Yes. Yes.
But give them the right information and the right direction, they'll start influencing their family. So that the
Correct.
small child on a red light sees 110 seconds left before it turns green, he will straight away say,
Hmm.
Dad, switch off the car. So that's
Correct.
the impact.
Correct.
Now imagine one car switches off, and in that particular moment, in the city, 1 lakh cars switch off.
Absolutely.
That's the
Absolutely.
impact.
Absolutely. That is why we say, no,
That's the
catch them
impact.
young. We have to actually catch
Yeah.
them young.
I'll give you one
This,
more example of that drop thing. It is important for the audience to understand those examples.
absolutely. Please go on.
I was speaking at IIT Mumbai last week, and one of the young, intelligent guy asked me, "Tell me some low-hanging fruits we can do."
Hmm.
I said, "Very simple. Let's look at the single-use plastic,
Yeah.
the milk pouch, the pan masala pouch, or the tea bag pouch, or the shampoo pouch. We all use.
Yeah.
Now, one small pouch doesn't make a difference to us, but Mumbai has a population of 2.1 crores.
Yeah.
So, if each resident of Mumbai just throws away that pouch on the street,
Hmm.
you have 21 million pouches. Supposing those pouches arrive every day at IIT Mumbai, what will happen to IIT Bombay because of that small pouch? And
Right.
those small pouches will get into the soil, will get into all the nalis, which do the
Hmm.
blocking and it
Yeah.
create flood during the rainy time. So
Correct.
these are smaller things we need to be very careful about. Delhi has a
Absolutely.
population of 3.35 crores. Imagine the same thing happening in Delhi or any
Yeah.
other city.
Any other city for that matter. Yeah.
So
Abs-
one pouch a day, if we can actually save ourselves, look at the
Impact.
transformation the city
Yeah.
may see.
Correct. So that
And
is
this
what.
has a direct relevance to even the air pollution because the pouches have chemicals and sometimes they are burned or they are
Burnt.
buried.
Yes. Yes.
So it
Yeah.
has a major ecological challenges that we all have to face.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well said. And the examples that you are giving to the students are actually very, very important because they really hit them. And children, actually, especially the youth, are very logical in their mindset. So when we explain to them with the examples, it really hits them the right place. And they can then take the action, and they can again go back and share the same example with somebody, and that makes the ripple effect, which is very, very important for all of us to
Sure.
take this forward. So thank you so much, Mr. Khurana. And I would now ask you again once more that in very few words, how is the one practical usage which you can tell us about how we can really prevent that air pollution, and then followed by a message for all the youth. I know you have given a
Sure.
lot of examples with a lot of messages,
No,
but
I
still,
can go on and on about it, but
yes, yes, of
there are
course.
few things. Incidentally, two of my songs have been recorded by a Bollywood singer, which I had written, I don't sing. And in the second song, which we call is Rap Ka Rap, RAP Ka Rap, RAP is Reducing Air Pollution Ka Rap. In that rap itself, all the solutions are provided in a song. So maybe
Okay,
on YouTube, if you could visit Lankya Foundation and see the Rap Ka Rap
sure, sure.
and also Socho Na song, you will come to know of it in terms of whatever we are talking about.
Yeah,
However, if you are looking in terms of smaller things, we need to also understand something alarming that we need to. I'll take a minute more to explain few
please,
things.
please, please.
I generally ask people in my audience who are the guys who do not smoke.
Hmm.
Most of them raise their hand because everybody is a non-smoker. And I tell them, "Sab jhoot bolte ho." Because by default we are smokers.
Yeah, passive smoker. We are all
No,
passive
ma'am,
smokers.
I'm not talking about passive smoker. Passive smoker is
Okay.
when somebody is smoking a cigarette and you are
Yes,
standing close by.
yes, yes. So we are
No, I'm
actually
not talking.
passive.
I'm
Okay.
not talking about that. I'm
Okay.
talking about PM 2.5 levels in our cities.
Hmm.
Particulate matter 2.5. ये होता क्या है? If you take out a human hair,
Hmm.
that's around 70 microns. 1/28th of that is PM 2.5.
Hmm.
Now, what happens with PM 2.5? You can't even see that, but when you breathe, it goes through your nose, into your
Hmm.
lungs, and through the lungs, it slips into your veins.
Hmm.
And there it starts spreading all across. So the whole thing
Yeah.
decides, okay, whether I need to go to the brain or to the heart or to the lungs or to the kidney or wherever, it starts spoiling the entire health.
Hmm.
That's the impact of PM 2.5. Now, if your PM 2.5 is say roughly around maybe let's say 110 in a
Hmm.
city, WHO
Hmm.
says it should be less than 5. So that
Hmm.
means you divide that with 22, you are smoking 5 cigarettes a day.
Oof. Hmm.
Whether you are a smoker or not, you are smoking 5 cigarettes a day.
Hmm.
Now, Delhi ki average is much bigger. That's
Yeah.
around 11 or so.
Right.
Now, imagine you go to a relative who are blessed with a small child,
Hmm.
and then you give the blessing to the small child and say, okay, beta, आज से 5 सिगरेट रोज पिएगा.
हे भगवान.
वो एक्चुअली मम्मी के पेट में वो पी रहा है बच्चा.
Already, हाँ, he was already
हाँ,
having
अब
that.
सोचिए
Hmm.
5 cigarettes a day, which would mean 1,800 cigarettes per year,
Yeah.
1-year-old child smokes.
Right. And look at the kind of impact the
By
lungs are getting
the time
impacted.
that child is 10 years old,
Hmm.
uh, 10 years old, the child would have smoked, let me do the calculation also for you, would have smoked 18,000 cigarettes in 10 years' time. Now imagine
Hmm.
if a 20-year-old child is found smoking by the parents are going to give them a big slap.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
by default, the 10-year-old child is smoking 18,000 cigarettes with 0.35 crore population
Oh
of
my God.
Delhi.
Yeah.
तो आप क्या
And
करोगे?
And
आप
the lungs,
पूरी
look at the
दिल्ली की
lungs
दिल्ली
which have been impacted. Yeah, the lungs would have been actually been impacted so badly by that time.
10 सालों में दिल्ली की पॉपुलेशन 60,300 करोड़ सिगरेट्स पी जाएगी।
Hmm. Oh my God.
अब
Oh my
आप
God.
कोई सिगरेट कंपनी इसको बेचना शुरू करे तो वो पता नहीं कितना पैसा बना लेगी, कितनी कंट्रीज खरीद लेगी, कितनी मुनाफा होगा।
Correct. Correct. Correct.
But this is the reality. People don't look
Mind-boggling
at it
figures.
in
These are,
terms of.
yeah, mind-boggling figures. These are, yes,
I mean, I
actually.
can give you figures and figures, more and more figures. मैं एक और फिगर आपको बताना चाहता हूँ। कोविड के टाइम में अब देखिए
Hmm.
हमारे साथ 2 फ्रॉड्स हुए हैं।
Hmm.
पहला फ्रॉड, गॉड गेव अस वाटर,
Yeah.
वी स्टार्टेड बाइंग bottled water.
Yes.
Today the drinking bottled water market is $349 billion.
Hmm.
85 से मल्टीप्लाई कर लो, पता लग जाएगा।
Hmm.
देन कोविड में हमारे को ऑक्सीजन
Oxygen.
खरीदनी
Yes. Yes.
पड़ी,
Absolutely.
एंड God gave us free oxygen.
Free oxygen.
We had
Yes.
to buy it.
Yeah.
And now one of the restaurants in Delhi said, okay, fine, we'll sell pure oxygen to you for 15 minutes
Hmm.
at just 299 rupees plus GST. So people
Hmm.
went there to have free oxygen, pure oxygen.
Hmm.
And I started doing my calculation that if there is a family of 4 where each member lives up to 80 years and we have to buy that oxygen at that rate at
Hmm.
constant price without any increase, do you know, in our lifetime for the family, we will have to spend 335 crores, 26 lakhs, 27,200 rupees.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
for something which God has given us free.
Free. Absolutely free.
So,
Yes.
which company is going to give you the oxygen allowance?
Yeah.
Or
No
would
one.
you ask the company, will you
Hmm.
give me oxygen? And this much of amount, 335 crores, 26 lakhs, 27,200 rupees, only to buy oxygen, baki sab kya karoge? And how many of us are going to earn that money?
Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
these are something alarming. We need to
Absolutely
be
alarming.
really, really take care of it. So
Absolutely.
the first step people need to understand is we are living in an era of utmost chaos and emergency. This is the second Bhopal tragedy in the making, and
Correct.
we are not doing anything about it.
Yes. We are, what
We
are we
have,
waiting for? What are we
we
waiting
don't
for?
know, we don't know, because
Yes.
we do not even demand our elected representatives to work towards clean air.
Correct. Correct.
Otherwise, vote for those who actually promise you clean air.
Yes.
We are not, this is
Absolutely.
not a non-issue for us.
Yes.
We
Yes.
want a free Wi-Fi, but not clean air.
Clean air.
That is the
Yes.
dilemma that we have. So first of all, be demanding.
Hmm.
If you are not demanding because the Supreme Court says this is the right that you have, we need to realize that right. We need
Yes.
to work towards it. But then
Correct.
it is not the right that we actually exercise against the government, but say it is a public responsibility.
Yes. Yes.
Expecting everything
From
from
the
the
government.
government
Yeah.
is not
Correct.
going to work.
Correct.
Expecting from you and me
Hmm.
that this is something that you need to do
Hmm.
and say, I need clean air for me and my family.
Yes.
That is the first
Absolutely.
thing. Then the
Absolutely.
other things are what are the smaller things that you need to do.
Hmm.
And I always tell people don't change the country because it is very tough for you to change the country.
Hmm.
But bring about some change in the area where you study,
Hmm.
stay, or
Hmm.
work. 20 meters to 200 meters.
Hmm.
वहां पे कुछ करो.
बिल्कुल.
When you do something, your story is going to inspire others. That is
Yes.
the impact of that pani ki boond.
Absolutely.
Get onto
Absolutely.
that, involve others also it, and
Hmm.
therefore make it as your objective number one rather than any other objective because 2 मिनट से ज्यादा तो आप सांस ही नहीं रोक पाओगे. 3 मिनट
Hmm.
खत्म हो गए तो आप ही खत्म हो गए.
बिल्कुल. बिल्कुल. बिल्कुल.
तो क्यों ना हम वहां से शुरू करें
Hmm.
और फिर अपने साथियों के साथ बात करें.
Hmm.
क्योंकि व्हाट्सएप पे 50,000 तरह के फॉरवर्ड्स हम भेज देते हैं,
बिल्कुल.
लेकिन बात करो ना कि हमें साफ हवा के लिए क्या करना.
हाँ, वो नहीं,
घर
वो
पे
सोचेंगे भी नहीं,
गेस्ट के
वो
साथ भी
सोचते
बात
भी
करो, बच्चों के करियर की बात मत करो। आजकल मैं यंगस्टर्स को प्रोवोक करता हूँ कि ये जितने बुड्ढे हैं ना, इनसे ये वो पूछे फ्यूचर के बारे में क्या सोच रहे हो, तो उनसे ये कहना कि फ्यूचर कौन सा होता है जी, आप कौन सा दे रहे हो मेरे को, आपने क्या किया मेरे फ्यूचर के बारे में। इट्स नॉट गिविंग मी द मनी, it is
यस,
giving me the right and clean air. And
क्लीन
rather
एयर,
in the party before they come to you और बरखुरदार अपने फ्यूचर के बारे में क्या सोचा है, तो आप उनके पास पहुंच जाओ, अंकल जी आपने मेरे फ्यूचर के बारे में क्या सोचा है, मुझे साफ हवा कब मिलेगी, तब इनको समझ में आएगी।
एब्सोल्युटली,
तो थोड़ा
एब्सोल्युटली,
प्रोवोक तो हमारे को करना पड़ेगा,
राइट, वेरी राइटली सेड. So I
otherwise
am,
everything is SHIT, special high
yes,
intensity talk, it will not work.
correct. I'm sure everybody would have got lot of inspiration, lot of provocation from what Mr. Khurana would have told us till now. And it is most important to demand for your own health. For that health, you need clean air. That because you breathe that is your life. If you are not breathing clean air, then your breath work, your pranayam, whatever you are doing is all waste because you're not inhaling the right kind of air, the pure air, which is most important. So how are you going to take this forward is what is most important. First thing is to actually become aware that you need this. This is your right and you need to work towards it. And for any other guidance, you have Mr. Khurana and you can reach out to him for whatever kind of guidance you need. For having any other things, you have his YouTube channel, which has lot of videos regarding all of this. So thank you, Mr. Khurana. It was really a very enlightening and very insightful session that we had today. And I'm asking anybody in the audience now that if you resonate with the SDGs and you have a similar kind of a story or similar kind of a foundation or any product which you want to share with all of us so that we can bring out more awareness regarding the SDGs, you can please DM me and I will reach out to you and you can be the next guest on the show. So thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.